So, what type of AI are there? Understanding AI fully means looking at it from different angles, and we'll classify AI using these three distinct lenses. First, capability. This lens tells us the level of intelligence or specialization an AI system had. Second, functionalities. Here we actually focus more on how the AI process and react to data. Last one, technologies and branches. This perspective examining the underlying method and algorithm a bit, such as machine learning, natural language processing, or robotics. Now, a common misconception is that all AI can perform at the same level, but that is really not the case. So first, let's look at capabilities. It will categorize AIs into three categories. Actually, most of the AI that we know of today are narrow AI. These are systems that are designed to excel at one specific task. This is like a reliable friend who is amazing at just one thing. Whether it's recommending songs, predicting the weathers, or detecting spam email, this AI focus on doing one job, and it does it well. You could always count them. Uh, I think one of the best ones you could see is, for example, Netflix recommending you a series you didn't know that you would love, but now you can start watching. So now you might have heard me mention ChatGPT or generative AI a couple of times and wonder if this is a different type of AI. However, generative AIs or this instead of GPTs is really should be understood as a specialized subset of narrow AI. Despite its growing sophistications and powers, it is designed to produce specific output, such as text, images, or audios, rather than demonstrate general intelligence across multiple domains. However, because it exhibits creativity capabilities and people are using it for different unintended, like original design, many believe that it deserves its own category within the overall AI landscape. That was still the debate. Next, we have is general AI. Well, the general AI is the AI that scientists are still working on. Well, the kind that we would say that can think, reason, and learn just as a human across many topics. So if you can imagine Siri not just answering your question, but actually understanding your emotion, solving math problem, and giving career advice too. Well, it is still in the development, but we are getting there. And the last one you have is super intelligent AIs. An AI that can surpass human intelligence in every single possible way. However, this is really a concept of machine that can be smarter than all humanity combined. Honestly, this is still purely hypothetical, but it does make a great movie plot, right? Now, AI thought process also varies based on how much it remember, understand, and reflect. So let's look at this classification based on functionalities. First, we have reactive machines, which mean they only react to what is happening now. They don't have memory, there's no learnings, it just instant response. For instance, a chess program evaluates the board as it is without drawing from previous move. And then we also have limited memory AI. This AI learn from the past, like you study for an exam to make better choices. A self-driving car, for example, would continuously update the response based on past driving conditions. There's also this theory of My AI, although this is still in development and remain largely hypothetical. This referring to future AI that could understand emotion and intention. So if you imagine like a chatbot that know when you are feeling sad and respond with extra kindness. And the last one, the ultimate goal, self-aware AI, the AI that is aware of itself as an AI, its emotion, does it have emotions, and the world that is currently, well, this is really only found in science fiction. I'm not sure if it's even realistic in any sense. Now, let's break down AI by its underlying technologies. So this approach categorized system based on the method they use. First, we have machine learning, which means AI that learn patterns from data. clearest example is kind of movie recommendations. It learns your previous watch movie and recommends similar one. Deep learning, a subset of machine learning that use neural network to identify complex pattern. So this you can see more in like voice assistant and image recognitions. You also have natural language processing, which is what powers, which is base power of generative AI. These technologies enable computers to understand and generate human-like language. So as examples, Google Translate, but also GPTs. Computer visions, these allow machine to interpret visual data, such as image, facial recognition for unlocking your phone. Robotics, I think the mechanism is that this embodies medical function, but it can have AI system underneath that enable it to interact with the real world. So they would, it will be more like the defined rules of how the robot should act. And then you also have expert system, and these operate based on predefined rules to make decisions, such as detecting ATM fraud. Now, let's consider a real-world examples, Google Translate. When you type in like a phrase like, why do people love? So what would happen? The system would quickly provide a translation by analyzing millions of previous examples, right? However, why it delivers an accurate translation, it does not capture the emotion nuances or the deeper cultural context behind the words. The problem here is that user might expect a deeper understanding from the tool. But the answer we should realize is that Google Translate is specifically designed for efficient language conversation. It excels at accuracy and speed, but it isn't meant to interpret abstract idea. So this showcases how the importance of using AI for its intended purpose. Now, let's connect this concept to everyday experience. Think about your online shopping habit. Have you ever noticed that the product recommendation you receive are often uncannily relevant to your interest? Can you guess how the AI behind the app learn what you like? Well, this is the direct result of AI analyzing your browsing histories and your purchase behaviors. Then it's your machine learning to predict what you might like next and then recommend similar products. While this tailored suggestion can enhance your shopping experience, there are times when they might miss the mark also. Can you think of a moment when a recommendation introduced to you is actually very on point, but also the time when you feel it's kind of out of sync with your needs? Your observation can reveal much about how the effectiveness of the system in real-world scenarios.